Hello and welcome back to a big, brand new, exciting, hopefully good section on object-oriented programming. Most people say OOP for short, myself included, because object-oriented programming is definitely a mouthful. Okay, so before I dive into the specifics of the objectives and defining some words and explaining what OOP is, I just want to preface all of this by saying that OOP is kind of a notorious section or notorious topic for new programmers, and for educators, definitely, it can be tough to teach in a good way that makes sense. And it's a big topic, not just because there's some new syntax, we'll see a bunch of new keywords, but also at the same time, we're learning sort of a shift in how we structure our code and think about writing code. We'll talk a lot more about what I mean by that, but this is not just about learning some syntax, it's really about a new way of thinking about writing our programs and how we actually set them up and organize things. Okay, so that's all I'll say about it for now. I just wanted to make it clear, OOP and the stuff we're going to learn is not just rote memorization, it's really a new way of thinking about how we write our code. So I'm not trying to scare you. I know I sound like a new age guru, a new way of thinking and open up your mind and all of that stuff, but just give it some time. If you do get stuck, do not feel bad if this section takes you longer to complete. Okay. All right, enough of that. Let's get going and talk about our objectives. So there's not that many for this section. We want to define what OOP is, okay? We want to understand two topics called encapsulation and abstraction. Then we'll dive into the nitty-gritty and we'll create our own classes and instances and attach methods and properties to each. So that may not mean anything to you right now, but the whole goal with OOP, you know how we've been working with built-in types like lists and dictionaries. We're going to learn to define our own types. So we could come up with a playing card type or a user type or a shopping cart. But I'm getting ahead of myself here, so I will cut this video off now, keep it short and sweet. These are our three objectives. It's really about learning how OOP works, what it is, why we want it, and then also using it in the actual implementation of writing classes and instances. And at the same time, remember the little pep talk I did at the beginning of this video. It's okay if this seems hard or confusing. It's a new way of thinking, and for most people, it takes practice and an adjustment in order for things to click. So don't panic if you don't pick this up as quickly as you did with, built-in functions or variables or some of the more kind of straightforward topics. Okay, enough of that. In the next video, we're going to define two really important words, classes and objects, and then we'll also talk about what OOP is and why it cares. Why it cares. Why you should care. Okay, see you then.